Welcome to this explainer. You know, getting fit can honestly feel like staring up at an impossible mountain to climb. It's a lot, right? But hey, by synthesizing some top-tier expert advice and research, we've actually uncovered a really clear, totally straightforward blueprint. We're going to break that massive mountain down into totally manageable stepping stones.
So, here's our blueprint for today. We'll start with building the fitness foundation, move on to developing the right mindset, get into exercising to get fit, cover eating and drinking right, and finally wrap up with rest and recovery. Let's just dive right in.
Part 1. The Fitness Foundation. Right off the bat, we just need to acknowledge something important. Getting fit, it's tough. If you've struggled to even get started in the past, trust me, that is completely valid. It is a hard journey. But making peace with the fact that it requires some real elbow grease is honestly your very first step. Once you accept the challenge, you realize that the payoff, a much healthier you, is absolutely, unequivocally worth it.
Moving on to Part 2. Developing the right mindset.
Okay, so the ultimate muscle for your physical success isn't your biceps. It's actually your mind. Think about it. If we treat fitness like a quick sprint, we might hit a certain goal weight, stop, and then just slide right back into our old bad habits. We don't want that. To truly succeed here, we have to look at this as a lifelong marathon. It's all about seamlessly weaving these healthy habits into your everyday, permanent lifestyle.
But here is some incredibly good news. Even though fitness is a lifelong habit, the timeline for seeing actual, real-world progress is surprisingly short. Certified fitness trainer Michelle Dolan points out that it only takes about 4 to 8 weeks of exercising for 30 to 60 minutes a day to see a significant improvement. 4 weeks! That's practically nothing.
Now, to keep your momentum going during those first few crucial weeks, the research gives us some brilliant little psychological hacks. For example, keeping a fit journal creates this amazing sense of accountability, which actually helps stop that mindless snacking we all do. Creating a commitment contract with built-in rewards is great too. But interestingly, gamifying the whole thing is a real game changer. Imagine teaming up and pooling $10 with your friends into a fitness pot. Doing stuff like that actually wires your brain for consistent success.
Let's hit Part 3, exercising to get fit. Transitioning to an active lifestyle literally does not mean you have to sign up for a gym on day one. You can build consistent daily movement through what I like to call sneaky exercises. We're talking about simple things, parking a little further away at the grocery store, extending the dog's walk, or even just aggressively cleaning the house. Hey, even doing subtle leg lifts right at your office desk will burn some serious, meaningful calories over time. It all adds up.
When you are ready for a structured workout, a proper fitness program easily breaks down into 5 totally manageable steps. First, you warm up. Second, you elevate your heart rate with some aerobic work. Third, build some muscle with strength training. Fourth, stretch for flexibility. And finally, number 5, do a proper cool down. This highly specific flow isn't just random, it's exactly what's designed to keep you safe from injury and maximize your overall effectiveness.
Looking closer at that strength building step, fitness trainer Layla Ojani has some great advice. She says you should really focus on working your whole body. That means incorporating pushing and pulling exercises, hitting your core, and using dumbbells. And why does this matter so much? Because building muscle actively increases your overall metabolism. It essentially turns your body into an engine that just burns more calories, even when you're just sitting on the couch resting.
But watch out for the classic fitness plateau. You know when your body gets a bit too comfortable and your progress just suddenly stalls out? The research tells us that we have to keep both our body and mind guessing by throwing in some variety. Switch things up. Take a Zumba or hip-hop class, go swimming, do some yoga, or play some recreational sports like track. Not only does this prevent you from plateauing, but it adds this fantastic layer of social motivation too.
All right, Part 4, eating and drinking right.
Obviously, fueling all this new activity requires a pretty clear shift in your diet. The basic strategy here is to start adding in more high-fiber foods, things like whole grains, lean proteins, or seafood, and low glycemic index fruits and veggies. These are the foods that actually make you feel full and keep you going. On the flip side, you want to cut back on solid fats like butter, processed meats, and those sugary high glycemic foods. Doing that is absolutely crucial for avoiding that dreaded, massive midday energy crash.
Now, you are going to get cravings. That's just a fact. But to handle them, the sources give us this brilliantly simple practical rule known as the litmus test. The whole idea is to just keep your cupboards completely clean of junk food at home. Then you can only indulge in a treat if, and this is a big if, you are willing to actually make the trip on foot or by bike to go purchase it. It literally forces your body into motion before you get the reward. How smart is that?
1.5 to 2 liters, that right there is your baseline for daily water intake. Seriously, drink up. Beyond just promoting optimal metabolic activity, water physically takes up volume in your stomach. And here's a crazy fact. Your brain actually confuses thirst with hunger all the time. So staying properly hydrated is this incredibly simple biological trick to prevent you from psychologically overeating.
Moving to our final pillar, Part 5, Rest and Recovery.
Look, physical exertion is really only half the equation here. If you ignore maintaining your body, you're just going to hit a wall of burnout. Getting sufficient sleep? Totally non-negotiable. Without it, your immune system essentially drops its guard. Even more critically, when your body is deprived of that essential sleep energy, it tries to make up the deficit by literally demanding extra calories. That leads straight to overeating. Oh, and don't forget regular doctor and dentist checkups. Think of them as preventative maintenance for this high-performance vehicle you're building.
So, even with this entire blueprint laid out, a super common question from readers of the source materials still pops up. People always ask, okay, but how do I actually start getting in shape? Well, the expert answer is surprisingly simple and honestly such a relief. Just start with 10 minutes a day for a week. That's it, 10 minutes. Then you just slowly add 5 to 10 minutes to each session until you eventually reach that 60-minute mark. It completely removes the intimidation factor. Perfection is not required here at all, just 10 little minutes of action to get the ball rolling.
And that brings us perfectly to a final, incredibly vital takeaway submitted by a reader. Wellness is a lifestyle, not a prize. I love that. This whole journey isn't about crossing a finish line or winning a trophy. It's about constructing a strong, resilient foundation for the rest of your entire life. So thinking about this complete blueprint we've just uncovered together, what is the 10-minute habit you're going to change today?